Hello crafties, welcome to another video. My name's Infiniti, and as the title says, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Russian join. It's super easy and it's super efficient. So, if you don't like wasting, first of all, if you don't know how to change color or connect yarn to your project, I recommend going back to one of my previous videos that shows you how to do that. So if you know how to change color with yarn and you don't like having to sew in ends and you just want one continuous piece of yarn, then this is the right video for you. And without further ado, I'm going to get started. So today I am going to be using Red Heart's Bright Stripe. I have a project going on my knitting machine, and I was just about to run out of yarn, so I thought, hey, this is the perfect time to do this video. So I have two separate strands of string. This one is connected to my project, and this one is my brand new skein. So what I'm going to do for you guys is grab my scissors, and I'm just going to snip off so the colors are distinctly different. Okay, so the Russian join, like I said, is super easy. You're going to need a darning needle. I usually don't like the plastic ones, but I find for the Russian join that these are just fine. And so basically we're going to be connecting these two strands of yarn in a way that is super strong and it won't come undone, and it's a yarn saver. So I'm going to take my color A, we're going to say, and I'm going to take my color B and lay it over top of that. And you can do this or lay your yarn any kind of way you like, but this is how I'm going to do it for this tutorial. And you're going to just take the ends, the short ends of these strands, and create these little loops, just like that. And now what we're going to do, let me zoom out for you guys just a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is take our darning needle and thread the yarn through. Okay, creating that loop. Now what I'm going to do is put my needle through the strand of yarn in my hand. So, just watch along. And you want to make sure your needle isn't too big or too small for your yarn. And sometimes this works a little bit better with a yarn that plies apart, and you might have to twist it around and manipulate it in order to get it to do that. And we're just going to pull that strand through. I like to pull the first one through all the way before going ahead and threading the rest of my yarn. Okay, so let me zoom in for you guys. I know that was like really quick. Let's zoom in. And okay, so you can see where I've basically put my tail end through the same strand of yarn, and that's the whole idea. So now you're going to want to maybe go up an inch or two into this strand of yarn, feeding it onto your needle. Like I say, usually the plastic needles work pretty well with this method. Some yarns you might find that the metal darning needles work better. Sometimes you just don't feel like digging out the metal one, but the plastic one is handy. Yeah. So basically you want to feed the tail end of that strand through itself up for a couple inches, and you can let it rest. And we're going to do the same thing for the other strand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to thread it. And it's okay if you pull a little more or have a little gap in your loops. We're going to fix that in the end. And we're just going to go ahead and thread the yarn through itself to create that loop. And we're going to feed it on to this yarn strand for a couple inches along, or until you feel comfortable, really. Because honestly, sometimes I don't feel comfortable with the 2 inches, and then if it's a silkier yarn, then it's more annoying in my opinion to try to do this. Gonna go ahead and just pull it on through there. Now this method works really well with red heart yarn because of the friction that it has, but that's just my experience. Okay, so once you have them joined together, all you're gonna do is just, you're gonna pull on them, but you're gonna take the little strands that you sewed in the end of those. You're gonna pull. Sometimes you might want to do this to pull and then pull it out, and you can see that the hole on this side has completely closed. So I'm going to do the same for my orange end, and then pull it out and pull it strong. So you can see I'm putting a reasonable amount of force on this, and it's not coming apart. So you don't have to worry about your project coming apart. And you can just snip off these ends, and you will be free to craft. So I hope today's tutorial was helpful for you all. If so, go ahead and leave me a comment down in the description below, and you know, give me some recommendations. What kind of tutorials would you like to see in the future? As you know, I have oodles of content coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss out on that content. And until next time, guys, happy making!